we at times don't call out for external support. If you can't, don't be a superwoman. You can't be a superwoman. You can't say, I will manage this, I will manage that. In our time, finding good cook was difficult, but now it's not difficult. Still, we manage because, if you think that, okay, you can't have that. So in our house, we reached an agreement that, okay, daily morning, I can't come home and make rotis in the evening. Then, okay, make rotis in the morning, keep in a casserole. Everybody adjusted to it. So the family has to adjust, okay? And you have to sit and talk to the family. When you are pushed and you find it difficult, don't shy away from, getting whoever, your husband, your mother-in-law, whoever is there. Sit together, talk to them, explain to them, this is the situation. Don't say, I want to be the perfect mom. I want to be the perfect. Nothing is perfect in this world.
I'm Jitendra Singh, banker turned entrepreneur and author of the book Perfect Mastering the Art of Selling. Today I have with me Ms. Shubhangi Raina. She is a highly experienced IT professional with over 29 plus years of experience in industry expertise. As a PMP certified professional, she has demonstrated her exceptional skill in managing business units, driving revenue growth, and ensuring profitability margins. Her abilities span across handling large accounts, talent development, testing services, and spearheading strategic initiatives. With a specialization in operations, management, and skill development, she has successfully set up Center of Excellence for key accounts, lead business development, and pre-sales efforts, and managed global teams for over 2,000 plus individuals. Currently serving as an associate director at E&Y, she oversees outsourcing services and independent testing across various industry verticals. Her responsibilities include talent acquisition, program rollout, and fresher and interns, and driving business growth. In her previous roles, she has contributed to organizations like Redwood Algorithms, OmShreePuja, and Jobworld, where she played critical roles in algorithm development, digital analytics solutions, and data science consulting. Her career journey reflects her continuous pursuit of excellence and her entrepreneurial spirit. Throughout her career, she has demonstrated exceptional leadership and expertise in delivery and business operations. She has received accolades for her accomplishments, including the Leader's Choice Award and the Best Team Award. With her diverse skill sets, including program and project management, client relationship management, and business development, she has consistently delivered exceptional results. Her extensive expertise in testing and delivery, coupled with her passion for talent transformation, makes a valuable asset for the organization. So today she will be discussing with us about her life journey. So let us hear from her. Welcome, Shubhangi. The platform is open, and now over to you.
Thank you, Jiten. Thank you, Jitendra. While you are reading, I'm really honored to hear this. It really feels real that, okay, this has been the achievement. Yes, of course, I've been there, I've done this, but, truly honored to be on this platform and getting interviewed. And looking at my life journey itself, I feel, oh, okay, this is what I've been going through and really feels great. So thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Jitendra.
Pleasure to have you here. Before we move on, guys, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe on our channel. And now moving on to ma'am you. So if I ask you about your past life, like how it has affected the person you actually wanted to be in your life and what you are.
So interesting, I come from a business family. And so being from a business family, we were like from childhood never worried about taking difficult decisions, or that was there. We have seen my father do that, there would be risk, there would be decisions and all. So that came naturally, you can say. So when even in my career, that helped me. So my grandmother, she was a very strong woman. I can say she was a business school in herself. Okay, so her stories, her tales, what she would teach us would, really a story with a moral or something, and that really got me. A lot of my management lessons that I implement today have come from my grandmother. Okay, so being from that family, my family was like in those days, way back in 80s. Engineer, if you're in science, you'd become an engineer or doctor. Mostly, girls would become doctor. That was it is.
Correct.
And my dad believed that a woman should work and be independent, so he always wanted to have his children educated well. He wanted that he should be able to give good education to his kids, and that's why he moved from his village and moved to a city where he could, we could get good schools and good education. So we were five siblings, and they moved to a city where, to ensure that we get, good time. And in our times, being a girl, and even I had interest in being a doctor from childhood. I was like, I want to become a doctor.
Right.
But the moment we went to a medical college and I saw a body in a lab, I almost fainted, and that was end of my medicine career. Okay, it was like, no ways, if I'm so scared of a dead body, I cannot become a doctor, and I had fever and all. So that was the time, I came out and I was then thinking, what should we be doing? And in those times, girls becoming engineers was very less. But my elder brother, who encouraged me and said, okay, think about it. This is a good career. You've taken science, you're good at it. You want to do it, you can become an engineer, and we have all your support. And he supported me, encouraged me, and I got into engineering, and that really set the direction of my career. Okay, my dad made us strong to take small decisions independently. So he would tell us take decisions and all, and when you take a decision, stand by it, because if you've taken a decision, you should be able to stand by it. So that was where is I was ambitious, inherited, being there, like we all were like, yes. My elder brother influenced a lot of my early on decisions there. We had a very happy and very, lively childhood, because we were five of us, and then at any point of time, because we were in city, we would have one or two cousins who would be there for their college, schooling and all. So we were a big family. So, that taught us how you can, adjust and, manage in less resources, but still be happy, very, very glad. I learned empathy from my mother. Observing my mother, I figured out how you can become empathetic, because she had a lot of resilience and empathy, and
Right.
that is what I learned from her. So these are the things that, actually influenced me a lot in my life. I keep going back to my grandmother's stories to, see the lessons that she's taught, like a few management lessons, like when you have something conflicting, right? You first go and take a consensus with a smaller group, what we call as take a special resolution, and then go and put it to a bigger group, right? So these were some very small things, and she would tell in her way, don't bring topics which you think will not get agreement or would be conflicting in drawing room. Take them in a bedroom. That is her way of telling and teaching smaller things. So the whole environment, our bonding between siblings, my mother's way of handling her. She was not a graduate, or she was just 7th pass, but still she could take our studies in English medium. We didn't know how she managed, but she would. So all that had a great influence on me, and that has made me what I am today.
Great, really wonderful. And I was wondering, in between, like you five siblings, so there would have been a lot of fights also.
Absolutely, yeah. We never had fight, which would take us to a level where, we're not talking to each other after some time. It would be a small fight, and then it's gone, and we're again playing together.
That's really wonderful, because that is the time you like cherish the most, you enjoy the most. Now, if I talk about things you are passionate about in your life the most, what are those things?
Okay. Passionate about most. Okay. I love traveling. I enjoy dancing. Okay. So these are the two things which you wake me up in midnight and tell, okay, let's do this, and I'll be very ready, happy. Okay, get up and pack your bags, and we have to go traveling. I'll get up and do that. Okay. So these are two things. And then I'm passionate about learning new things. Okay. I enjoy interacting with people. I like to, have do something in group, learn new skills like handicraft. I picked up, being in IT, I didn't get enough time to learn any painting or anything. I mean, it was not about time, but it was about, so many things happening. Okay. And that was never a priority, I can say. But then now, I ensure that I get time to do something. Like I ventured into a business on handicrafts, okay, in between when, I was taking a break. And there I started doing creating handicraft products based on your color therapy. So where you have your 7 chakra colors, and then you create products on that. Doing lot of upcycling products. Okay, so bottle art. You upcycle bottles and you create that bottle art and become your home decor products. So that is what, I enjoy doing, I like doing, that is what I'm and passionate about. Is, one thing I'm passionate, I like to be busy. I don't like to, I think, never in my life I would be like sort of retired. Okay. I like being busy. So something that keeps me busy, and I like to contribute to the society. Community service is where
Right.
I feel that when I am involved in doing a community service, I feel that, okay, there is some objective, something that I'm achieving in my life, which is giving some happiness to others. In our daily life, we take a lot from our society, okay, on
Correct.
a daily basis. And if you're not able to give it back, then I don't think you have achieved anything in life.
Right.
So I think community service gives me a lot of satisfaction.
Correct. You rightly said, when you help support other people who are in need, you feel satisfied within. That is the like beauty of like helping or supporting or maybe charity kind of a thing. So
Yeah.
that keeps you fulfilling.
Yeah, more than giving money, these days we feel that, okay, I gave something to charity and that is good enough. But more than that, your time is what you should be able to give
Correct.
to people.
Correct.
Okay.
Rightly said.
And yeah, that is what I believe, I want to do more in my life.
Right.
That is one of the things that I feel I'm very passionate about, or I would want to continue doing that till the end.
Definitely, that is the best thing possible. Kind of experiences like how your career started, what all you did, now what you are doing.
Okay, so long journey, right? 29 plus years. And when I think about it, when I sit and think, I don't think I've actually given 29 years, but yes, the calendar tells me that yes, it has been 29 years. So I started, as an engineer, as any software engineer would start. I started as a software developer, got into smaller companies, started building applications. And then I was in Mumbai. So was doing Fox Pro programming and building applications for an import-export consultancy. Then we moved to Delhi and started working in product companies where, we were doing development and all. So that is a time when, everybody used to do development and everybody used to do testing. There was nothing like testing, or people who understand software, they'll understand. There's nothing like separate testing, separate development. I develop, I test, everybody was responsible for doing it. But what happened was I was able to find more defects in everybody's code. So my then director, he said, there is something like testing and you're good at it. Would you like to take that? Okay. And I was like, what is testing? I've never heard of it. I mean, of course, in way back in 94, 95, you were
Right.
like, okay, I'm a developer. I know development. You don't tell me anything else like that. And then he said, no, but this is going to be a good career and it's going to grow and you're good at it. And it's early on. If you take it, it will be really good. And I was like, okay. Like I said, I'm from a business family. So taking risk, doing this, I was like, okay, why not? Try it. It's like, I can try this. If I don't like it, I can come back anytime. That's when I got into testing. And that was another, say life-changing event that happens. I moved into testing, grew into testing, really enjoyed the work I did. Every job that I took up in testing was a great learning experience. I was able to, learn, grow, grow my teams, grow the business, help my organizations grow their business. And so that is when I got into testing. And from there, it was like I moved from companies like from Easy Power to RMSI. So RMSI was special data. So it is a geospatial data based organization. They were doing statistical modeling for risk mitigation due to natural calamities. And, it was like loss estimation due to earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, everything. They were doing for the US. And that is when I got my, great mentor, my manager. He was a great leader, Pushpendra. Even today I go back to him if I need some, I get stuck somewhere or something. So he helped me really get onto that role and all. But it was a great experience there where we were doing statistical modeling and testing the statistical models that were built. So that was one experience which I, relation. The team that we had was a very energetic, very, lively team. We would do so much of work, but the fun that we would have was amazing. And I learned how you can have teams where you make teams work, you work hard, but you still enjoy and the team doesn't feel exhausted. And that is what I learned from Pushpendra. So, that was a great learning from there. I moved on to Birla Soft, I moved on to Mindtree, I moved on to Target, and to L&T Infotech. EY, all these places. As I moved, I was at Brilio, where I was heading the testing business unit. So we grew the testing business unit from 35 people to almost 2,000 people, and
Right.
that there again it was a great journey. So in my this whole journey, I found a lot of mentors, a lot of leaders who were good. To name the few, like there was KPM Das, who was a great leader. Reshma Joshi in L&T, she was a great leader. So all these people who were there in my journey, who were not just managers, they were true leaders. Okay, and from each one of them, I learned that when I first started working with Pushpendra as a lead, that is when I learned you don't need to be a manager. You have to be a good leader. And if you're a good leader, everybody will, everything will fall in place. If you have a team, you have to just be a good leader. Be a person who can empathize with people. If you are able to empathize, you will be able to, achieve what you want, what the organization expects from you, and have the team a happy team. At the end of the day, it is important to give a, environment to the team. Okay, you need to have great environment, great working environment. People don't work just for money. Okay,
Correct.
people work for recognition. People work for satisfaction. People don't leave organizations. They leave managers. Okay, the moment you
True.
become manager, you lose that people touch, and that is how I learned, and I have grown, and I have handled various roles in this, and I've been successfully been able to drive business, grow them, get playing different roles, not just technical but also in operations, talent acquisitions. I've worked with my they've become my colleagues, who became my friends. Even after we left the jobs, we're still friends, we still connect, we still meet, because that is how we grow into it. Gradually became a family, so even today, if I go back to Delhi, okay, right now I'm in Bangalore, but if I go back to Delhi, all my friends who are there, my colleagues who became friends, the calendar is so packed because, we want to go and meet everybody. We want to spend time with everyone. We want to have, we just sit and remember all those old times, and then, have, we don't know where the time flies. It's just one day, even if whole day we are sitting, we are just, Arey, abhi to kuch baithe hi nahi. It's like that,
Right.
So while, in career, there was growth happening, as a person, I was growing. My circle was growing, and circle was growing with very nice, positive people who were, who became friends, who became family later on. So that is, when I look at my life and see, okay, what I achieved, I feel that not just on a career or growth path, what I've achieved, but what I've achieved as, as having a great family, which is there with me. At any time, I know at 12 o'clock in the night, if I need something, I can pick up my phone and call anybody. And any part of the, country that is there where I have been. So,
Right.
That gives you immense satisfaction when you look at it that way. So,
Right.
from work experience, I've been very fortunate. I've actually, I say that, when I left, when I thought that, okay, now I want to take a little break and try out something on my own, I had great support from my husband. Okay, so he was like, okay, I'm there, you try. So that makes a lot of difference, that I tried handicraft, I tried puja services. And so a lot of times we say, they say sanskar and sangat. Okay, so sanskar comes from your family, from your childhood. Sangat is what makes you eventually,
Correct.
what your sangat is. And I've been very fortunate that, I got a lot of, I'll not say if you work with 100 people, 100 people don't become your friends, but in that 100, if I was able to make even 2 or 3 friends, that was a, great thing that I, could get in my school, my college, in my offices, where I got great people, and it just makes life very beautiful when you look at that way. So great bond. In our college, we found some friends who are like, even today, we will not speak to each other for a year. All of a sudden, one day we'll pick up call and we'll start, with all types of things. So where have you been and all? It's not like all lovey-dovey. Okay, like, in Hindi we say gali galot se shuru karo and then say okay, and then we get. So it's like that bond we have, that it doesn't matter for how long you haven't spoken.
Right.
But the moment you speak, you feel that okay, you just spoke yesterday. Types.
Correct. That happens.
Yeah. So that's what how my experience has been, from technical side, growing businesses, creating services, creating strategies, helping clients take their business to the next level, to taking my life to the next level.
Right.
So
Wonderful. So now, if I talk about the future, next 5 to 10 years, so what would be your vision, mission, and goal in life?
Oh, okay. This sounds like, if it was some 10 years ago, it would have been a very different answer. But, now I look at it, vision or mission, it's like nothing that I feel that is exactly a goal. But yes, like I said, I can never imagine myself as a retired person. Never
Right.
ever. I would never say that I have never a retired person. I want to leave a legacy for my next generation for sure. So I want to have some form of business or enterprise that I create, which they should be able to, which should be an option for them if they want. Okay, if they want to use, and they should not at any point of time they should not be just working that they need for survival, money for survival. They can work for their satisfaction, but this should be able to give them that. Okay, that is one of the on a personal front that I have as an objective. But on a broader thing, I want to contribute more towards the community. Okay,
Correct.
I want to contribute more towards education of underprivileged girls. Okay, providing earning opportunities to women who are underprivileged or who don't have any support system. So when I started this handicraft business, okay, which was we started building this, and my sister works for an NGO, okay, in Mumbai, and what they do is single woman, single mother, single woman who don't have anywhere to go, don't have house, or lost husband, or broken marriages and all. They come and stay in this home, and they don't have skills, so they train them on some skill,
Right.
and then get products created, and those products are sold in this, and that is how this women earn. So providing such options, such opportunities to those women, so that they can be independent. Because what my dad taught, or what we learned, I believe that women should be financially independent.
True.
Okay.
Really important.
Having economic independence gives them power to lead their life, make decisions. Okay, lot of times when I have been interacting in community service and being interacting with those women, I've seen that they have stayed in relationships which were giving them pain than happiness, or not really great, just because they were not financially independent, or they didn't have any support system to go to. And we need to provide that support system today. There are a lot of girls who, it's like they say, right, if a girl is educated, the family's education can be taken care of. It's like that. So that is more important. If those girls get education, you will have a more powerful society.
Correct.
That's what I mean. So that is my, you can say mission or goal. I want to achieve that. I want to spend more time giving back to community, and not only on this front, but also on the environment front. Okay, so environment front, I will say our generation to some extent had a privilege of using lot of resources without thinking. Okay, we didn't have to think about a lot of them, and sometimes using a word misuse would be little harsh, but yes, to an extent we can say that yes, it could be misused. Okay? And those resources now have depleted, so we need to ensure that the next generations to come, how do we get those resources to them? How do we ensure? So looking at the environment, sustainability, that's what we call it, looking at the environment and seeing what can be done even now, this time. So there is a foundation called Grow Trees, okay, which our organization was associated with as in one part of CSR. So they have an option of you gift trees. Okay, so you plant a tree and you give a certificate saying that, okay, on your name I've planted this tree somewhere, and that is a gifting a tree. So that is some initiative which is really good, that could help. So something like that, being part of certain initiatives like this. There are certain initiatives with farmers, I think. So I haven't explored that much, but I want to go and explore that and see how we can support that. And so towards environment also I want to work and contribute there as well. So those are majorly bigger mission and vision.
Really important for our country per se, because the natural resources are depleting so heavily, so fast. We really need to work on it. We see the air quality index have dropped so badly.
Yes.
We see the water level have gone down, and we see the rivers are so dirty these days.
Yeah.
So also work needs to be done on this front. But I'm moving on to the next question. So what are the most important life lessons you have learned from your personal and professional journey so far?
Okay. So one of the lessons that I learned when I was hit with some health issue, okay, almost 10, 11 years ago, your health is your biggest asset.
True.
Okay. Yeah. You can have multiple houses, you can have a lot of property, you can have, for women, a lot of gold, anything. But everything is waste. Your health, if you don't take care of your health, then everything is of no use. And typically we women tend to take our health very lightly. We take it for granted. We tend to ignore ourselves, and while we focus on everything else, everything else is our priority, first priority. So if I have to go for my doctor checkup, but I have to take my son somewhere else, then lot of times I will, postpone my doctor's appointment but take my son somewhere else. And this is what, this is something that we shouldn't ignore. And not only for women, I think for everyone, your health is your biggest asset. If your health is good, you're good. And health, small things keep happening, that's what they say, but just making smaller lifestyle changes, or that plays goes a long way. But early on, you should focus on your health. Don't
Right.
waste that. Okay, I'm just 23, I'm just 24, I'm just 30, I'm fine, I'm fit, nothing is wrong with me. No, nothing is wrong. So it's good, great, but nothing should go wrong. And that's why you have to take care of your health early on itself, and be
Correct.
conscious, be responsible towards yourself. Then another thing I learned is change is the only constant in life.
True.
If you don't keep moving, and everybody says you'll get stagnated, but that is not what it is. Change can be anything. Change doesn't mean you have to keep changing jobs, you have to keep changing cities, you have to keep changing. No, it doesn't. Change could be small changes within yourself. Change could be
Correct.
small changes within your life. And change could
It's
be,
about upgrading yourself.
yes, learning new things. Okay, I keep learning. Every day you learn something new. That is life, how it is. Never
Correct.
quit trying. That is another thing I've learned. Never quit trying. It's like the moment you quit trying, it's like you will not see anything moving. So that is what I have learned. These are like, you learn a lot. I mean, in this journey, every step there is some or the other learning that you have.
Correct.
Every day when I sit and chat, every week, me and my daughter, when we sit and chat, there is something new I learn. Okay,
Definitely.
but these are some things that always keep upgrading yourself. Keep upgrading yourself, and there's a lot you can learn every day. There's a lot you can learn.
Definitely.
And I didn't know cooking when I got married. Hardly any cooking. I learned a lot of my cooking from my mother-in-law, my father-in-law. Okay, so now today there are a lot of things which I know very good. I can cook them, though my elder brother doesn't believe that I can cook good. Okay, but I can cook, and people to enjoy.
Right.
That's on the matter. But in COVID, we learned so many new things. Okay, we learned that, okay, you were pushed to the wall, and all of us evolved, and we were like, we came out of it.
True. Like,
So,
it's
you
all
have to keep
about
learning.
bad situation or any kind of tough situation gives you an opportunity to learn and explore.
Yeah. And another thing is, enjoy every day. We
True.
miss out on smaller things. Okay, we really miss out on smaller things, and we really, while I tell you this, there would be something that I would have missed out yesterday to enjoy or appreciate. But that is what we need to, one of our close friend, college friend, Anshu, who is, very good. He's a life coach, but as a friend also, he keeps telling us, that be grateful. Okay, and that's what I've invented. Enjoy
Right.
every day. What you have today, enjoy that. Okay, and
Correct.
we keep thinking about what happened. I took this wrong decision. That happened. This happened. I could have done this differently. If I had done this like this, if I had done that like this, and it's like, but in all that cycle, I miss out to enjoy what I had today.
Correct.
Okay, so where it's not very easy. Sounds very easy, but it's not very easy to do.
True.
But yeah, it is what you should do.
Right. So, like, since you have been an entrepreneur, you have worked throughout in your corporate journey, you have managed leadership roles. So, onto this, if I ask you, like, can you share your personal experiences as a working woman and the challenges you faced in achieving your work-life balance, and how have you challenged yourself, or how you managed these changes or challenges and maintained fulfilling career along with your personal responsibilities?
So yeah, difficult. It's not very easy, but it's not that complicated also. I mean,
Right.
I was very fortunate. I had a great support system. So my mother-in-law is my greatest support in my career. If I've achieved anything in my career, I can give her the credit for it majorly. My father-in-law, my husband, they have been there with me for supporting. So I was very fortunate to have that support. So when my daughter was born, and our time, the maternity leave was just 3 months. Okay. So after 3 months, I was supposed to join back office, and we were in Delhi, and the daycare systems were not great that time. So we were evaluating as to what should we do, because my mother-in-law was a working professional. She is a school principal. So she was working. She had taken 3 months leave, come for my delivery. I was on maternity. So then that was a debate that was happening. Okay, fine. We said, okay, she had to go back and join. And so I said, okay, I will stay back till she goes to school at least, and then I will join back. That was the decision that we were taking in our life. And that was time when my mother-in-law said that, no, I think I've done enough in my career. Your career is just beginning. You join office. I will stay back and take care of the child.
Right.
And that was something, I owe her for my lifetime. Honestly, it is like, every time I speak about it, I get, so emotional about it. But
Really a
that
great
is
support.
what, yeah, that is what made my career. Today, whatever I am, I was able to achieve because she was there at home. She was managing. She was there. I had my father-in-law who would, I was in Delhi and coming back home late from office in Delhi. Way back in that time, it was still, little scary. So he would come and pick me up. Okay, because my husband would still be reaching back from office. At times he was not able to. So my father-in-law would be there. He would come and pick me up. I traveled in my journey. I traveled to countries. I was there on projects to, different client locations and all for 2 months, 3 months. But I was never worried about my 2-year-old daughter because she was in good hands, in fact,
Right.
better than me. So that was my support system. So that helped me. But even then you have your challenges at office, right? At work you have. So there, the thing that I would look at, external support is also important. So we at times don't call out for external support. If you can't, don't be a superwoman. You can't be a superwoman. You can't say I will manage this, I will manage that. In our time, finding good cook was difficult, but now it's not difficult. Okay, still we manage because if you think that okay you can't have that. So in our house we reached an agreement that okay, daily morning I can't come home and make rotis in the evening. Then okay, make rotis in the morning, keep in a casserole. Everybody adjusted to it. So the family has to adjust, okay? And you have to sit and talk to the family. When you are pushed and you find it difficult, don't shy away from, getting whoever, your husband, your mother-in-law, whoever is there. Sit together, talk to them, explain to them this is the situation. This is only my capacity is only this much. Don't try to be a superwoman with 10 hands, one with curtsy, one with bill. No, you can't do that. Nobody can do that,
Correct.
okay, at any point in
Correct.
time. So you accept that. Okay, don't say I want to be the perfect mom, I want to be the perfect. Nothing is perfect in this world. Okay, nature itself is not perfect. Okay? So you can't be. So you have to accept that and move on. The sooner you accept, the better it is for you, because then okay, this is something I cannot do, I will not be able to do. Upfront you talk, there is always a solution. If you sit together, you will be able to find a solution, and that's what
Right.
I was able to do with my family. At office, sometimes I was able to tell, okay, fine, I have been able to meet this requirement, but at this point of time, my family needs this time. I will not be able to do. So let's come and do something. And there is always a support system available. Okay, so you do that. So that is how
Right.
I reached. Today, the girls have a lot of external support system. Cooks are
Correct.
there, maids are there, full-time maids are there. You have CCTV cameras which you can fix at home and go and work and still monitor. Okay, our time we didn't have those facilities.
Right.
But
That's really
so
time
yeah,
have
so
really changed. So from there till now, so many technology upgrades have also been there.
yeah,
That's really
work
wonderful.
from home has become partly work from home is available, so you can
Correct.
do that. Calls you
Correct.
can take from home. Our time we couldn't do that. We had to sit in
Mm.
office and take calls. Okay,
Right.
but still we were able to manage, and only way was communication. You need to communicate in the family, make them understand, and tell people. Be ready to firstly accept yourself that you are not a superwoman. You
Correct.
can't
Correct.
do everything perfect. You
Correct.
cannot. There are certain things which you will not be able to do. Say I will not be able to do, and that. So yeah. So it's like, if you accept, the sooner you accept that you cannot do everything, okay, and you're not a superwoman, the sooner you accept, make peace with it, that okay, there are certain things which will fall through crack, which you will not be able to do, and you talk to people, communicate within the family, try to meet a ground where everybody helps, everybody supports, or you find a way to get that support and do it. There are times when I had to make a decision whether I want to take a project or not, because that project needed my time and I didn't want to give that time at that point of time, because I wanted to be with my daughter.
Correct.
My daughter needed. Then you make those calls, okay? Because sometimes it's not bad to let your career also go a little slow. That's okay.
Correct.
Your life is not going to end. You are going to have enough number of years to catch up. Okay, so you're not. It's like in Bombay we used to say, okay, 8:43 ki local train. If you miss, then you will take the next train and you will reach 15 minutes late to office and attendance will go.
Correct.
इतना मारामारी भी नहीं होता. You don't have to be so disappointed. It's okay. Sometimes it's okay. You can take that pause. Think about it. What is critical for you? Do that.
Correct.
So only then the balance will come. Otherwise, you will land up being frustrated, being unhappy. As a result, everybody around you will be unhappy, and
Correct.
you're at home but you're not happy, and you're stressed out, because of which BP बढ़ गया, you have tablets, and you're shouting on your child, and this all happens. It's very normal and natural. This all happens. It happened to me. It happens to everybody. Okay, it's not that अरे मैंने ऐसे कैसे कर दिया. No, it's fine. You're also human. That's okay. But understand कि क्यों हुआ and then correct it. That's all. Balance is very difficult if you don't communicate, if you don't accept what is it that you cannot do, or what is it in which you need help. Sort out for help. That's a keyword.
So basically, a few things which are really important is seek for help, support, and prioritize things. Communicate well with the stakeholders, like at home, at office also, and see things what all can be done on the basis of the timelines you have. So that few things, if you implement, then definitely it can help you out. So on to this further, ma'am, if I ask you, like in your opinion, what are some key strategies and practices that organizations can adopt to support their and empower working women in maintaining health and also work-life balance? So how can workplace foster a culture of inclusivity and flexibility to accommodate these diverse needs of their employees?
So I think today a lot of organizations do have this. Okay, in our time they were not there lacking, but today they have daycare centers available within the campus. So people can be reachable. They can go in between, check on their kids and all. Then about work from home options are being provided. Okay, people can stay. Maternity leave itself is extended. Okay, 6 months, but still that is not enough. Because 6 months your baby is still small. Okay, and you're not ready to come and take a full-time job. So organizations need to be little more sensitive towards that and look at assignments that they can give to mothers who are coming back after maternity, and not put pressure, because I understand that you want to be equal. You want to be equal to everybody, because you can't say just because she's coming back from maternity I can be lenient. But there's no harm in doing that, right? It's okay. 6 months you can give that person 6 more months, okay, to come back to work, but take on lighter work. Okay, and there are places where this is in practice implemented, but it needs to be done. Work from home, flexibility extended. It should get extended more. Today, after COVID, now there is pressure of people want to call back their employees and saying, okay, come back 2 days, come back 3 days. But mothers who are returning back after maternity, there should be some concession given to them. That will help. And I think we all say that yes, the organizations are having good culture and all, but there is still, some empathy that is still lacking in, workplaces. We've become so competitive that we have started forgetting to become empathetic. We are forgetting empathy. Okay, we are not, it's more of a competition and all. Okay. Competition is great. You need to have that. Okay. But where is that whole empathy gone? Have more programs running, where they can be, like yoga and all. Lot of yoga programs, organizations run them, but they're all towards the end, 5:30, 6 p.m. That lady wants to rush back home, to be with her kid. So this program is of no use to her. Okay, why can't you relax half an hour in between, 45 minutes in between the day, and let her take that yoga class during that time? Okay, so that could help, a woman maintain her this. So some of these things, which are there, we are bringing in, but are not effective because they're not done in a right way. Okay. Some of the things that I, when I was forming my team or implementing, when we used to do appraisals, okay, you're evaluating. So a person went on maternity leave after 6 months. So for just getting evaluated for 6 months, but don't penalize that person for becoming a mother. Whatever she has performed, evaluate her for that performance. Okay. And if those fairness is there, I will not say everyone doesn't have that. Yes, there are places which is there, but we need to have this as a standard practice where the managers or the leaders are trained to be empathetic. You can't teach empathy, of course you can't, but at least train to consider these things, evaluate these things, and have that, there are a lot of places where work from home is still not an option. People have to reach by 9. People can only leave by 6. So make flexible hours. And I'm not saying only women should get flexible hours. Why fathers should also get flexible hours? We sometimes I feel we just overrate mother, okay, and fathers are underrated, but that's not there. There are so many times when I was not available, but my husband was available for my kids. He rushed to the school. He picked the kids. He was taking care of the things. I was posted in Mumbai. My husband was managing everything here in Bangalore. So it's like a parent needs to get that flexibility. I would put it in a whole thing. It's
Correct.
like if they get that flexibility of having that work life balance, being able to manage their kids' school, exam time, and there are companies where this is available, but it is still not
True.
there as a generic practice. Okay, so
You
which
rightly
will help.
pointed you rightly
Yeah.
pointed out there are so many gaps still persisting, but
Yes.
few organizations have started adopting them. That is really a change factor of taking place slowly.
Yeah.
So we are
Some
looking.
organizations have it on paper, it is not implemented, Jitendra. So I
Yes,
think, just don't put it on paper. Please implement them.
correct. That is also
Yeah.
there. So, on to this further, like, what advice would you like to give to women who are striving to find a balance between their professional and personal lives? Are there any practical tips in or mindset shift that can help women overcome these issues and accept expectations they have in place? So, how this can help them?
So, personal and professional, I mean, I already mentioned, right? You have to accept that you can't do everything. But when you're looking at your professional life, right? There could be time in your career when you think that you need to spend more time or more effort on your career. Then you have to take that stance and tell that, yes, I need to focus on my career and I will not be able to focus at home. Okay, that is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Like I said, 2 years I was in Mumbai, my family was here. Okay, should be okay. People are okay traveling on site outside the country. Okay, but the moment you tell women that okay, on site is within India, then the whole perspective changes. And when I was leading my practice, this is what I told women, that if your family is okay to send you outside the country for on-site, they should be okay to send you within the country for on-site also. So on-site could be Mumbai for Bangalore person, or on-site could be Delhi for a Mumbai person.
Correct.
Okay. So, but if your career is going to get boost because of being there, being with the client, then please accept those things. Okay. Please accept that positions and go. Always don't look at, everything on your terms. Okay.
Correct.
You don't say, okay, I want this project. I want a project in, UK timing, or I want a project between 9 to 6 only. I want a project in this domain only. I want a project on this client only, and I will not do anything extra. No, it doesn't work that way in career. Okay.
You have
You
to
also have to
support
be
your
flexible.
organization also.
Yeah, you have to be flexible because there is no charity, right? You're working, they're gaining, you're gaining, both of you are gaining. So if you understand that, that is one mindset shift that we lot of times, early on when I started leading the teams, one of the challenge that I found was women would come and they would expect all types of flexibilities. Okay, but if you tell them one day that there is a release and you will need to stay late, they will come and say, no, I can't stay late because my mother-in-law is waiting for dinner. I have to go home and cook and all. But there is some puja at home, then you want to come late, you want that flexibility. Okay, so it doesn't work that way. It's never a one-way traffic. It's both-way traffic. Organization, you expect organization to give you some facilities. You also have to be ready to be flexible there. Flexibility in working hours means flexibility in everything. Okay, it doesn't mean that only I can come at 11 and leave at 4. But then if I take that flexibility, then I should be ready to spend extra time
Correct.
and do that work. Today, I'm saying there is a lot of change happening there. There are women who are doing this. I've seen there are girls who stay till 10 o'clock or go home and then log in and work and all. But you find out your timetable. Okay.
Correct.
So if your child is small and your child's dinner time is between 8 to 9, you please tell 8 to 9 I cannot take calls. Okay. And spend that time with your child, full time, focus there, and then come back and take call at 9. So you set your timetable, you set your priorities, and everybody else will adjust. And I'm telling you, when I was down with COVID and my project needed me, okay, because we were just on the last fag of it and we couldn't just hand over to somebody else. And I had to be, everybody was very worried and didn't want to me continue on the project, but I just couldn't leave it like this. Okay. And I said, no, I want to finish this. And everybody adjusted to my time of medicine or my sleep, my rest time, and we delivered it successfully. So if you genuinely have something and you can set that, your team will work around it. So that is, so the advice I would give a tip on mind shifting is flexibility is both ways. You have to be ready to take flexibility, give that also. Other thing is, set your personal goals. You decide. There are a lot of women in government sectors, okay, they give away promotions because they don't want transfers. Okay, they one city to other city, they don't want to move because sometimes the kids are in school, they don't want to take that, or their husband's job is so stable, they don't want to disturb the whole family. So they will give away promotions.
Correct.
But when you're giving away the promotions and you're conscious, after that, you shouldn't keep that, throughout your life. with you that okay, I gave away promotion, you make a peace with it, that because you made that
Correct.
decision for something, and you
Correct.
made a decision with all your data points that are there. Another thing, I looked at, we lot of times think homemaker, when we say homemaker term, right? If I tell you that okay, a person is a homemaker, the first thing you will say is okay, she's a homemaker. Okay, no, it can be he also, right? What is wrong? Right? If your career is taking a sleep and you think you cannot focus, and if your husband offers that he can take care of home and you can take it, be ready for it. There's nothing wrong in it.
Correct.
Okay, what's the harm? We have this feeling homemaker means a wife. No, it's not necessary. Some husbands are great homemakers. Yeah, sometimes I can tell you there are certain areas in which my husband is better than me. Okay, so I would be relaxed that he's managing it and I'm not. So it's great. Everything
Yeah.
is fine. Yeah.
So it's all about mind shift, actually.
Mind
We
shift,
don't
yeah,
look
mind
at
shift
things in a way.
and expectation from your own self. Also understand that you will have to keep upgrading yourself. If you're
Really.
in IT, any field today, any field you are there, even if it's your own business, right? Working doesn't mean just working means job, right? If you're running your own business and all, you have to upgrade yourself on certain areas, on customer dealing, on business strategies, on platforms, on the skills that you have, the products that you're building. So you have to continuously keep upgrading yourself.
Correct.
You cannot say, okay, I know this is how it works, this is how it is going to be. It cannot
Right.
work like this. It keeps changing and you have to adopt it. So
Really.
adopt to it, move on, adopt to it and move on, and make decisions based on your priority. Today, career could be your priority. Tomorrow, your child's 12th could be your priority. So don't, shy away from making your child's 12th as your priority. And don't feel bad that you had to make your child's 12th as your priority. If that
Correct.
is what you feel is important for you, please do that. And you will be able to catch up with your career if you keep upgrading yourself. That shouldn't be a problem.
Definitely, as per the time needs, sometimes
Yeah.
your family need more time, sometimes
Yeah.
your office needs more time. So you have to manage between both. Balancing it out is really important because if
Yeah.
you are expecting your organization to support you in odd times, you have also need to support your organization. So that is both ways. You rightly pointed
Yeah,
out.
and it's like if you take that professional break, if you say that I've just come out of a very hectic project and I need a break being on a lighter work, please go talk to your manager and do that. Talk to your leader, explain to them and do that. There's nothing wrong in it.
Correct.
Okay, shouldn't feel that, oh, how it will reflect on my performance, how it will reflect. Absolutely, no. In your business, don't you do that? Okay, I've just, finished one season. Now for the next season, I want to take little light. It's fine.
Correct.
Yeah. So please do that. Okay, that will release some of your pressures. Okay.
Correct.
And of course, your support system. Build your support system. Build your support system well. You should have a good support system that you can rely on. Have some good neighbors around, 1 or 2 neighbors who can be, have your friends around. So that what helps. Your support system is also important for you.
So my next question is about support only. Like, who all supported you in your journey the most?
Okay. So my journey, if I say from beginning, my dad, mom, when the time was when girls were not doing engineering, sending girls to hostel was little, this. My dad was like, my elder brother supported me in that, and my dad and mom, they were there. My husband, he's been a great support because whenever I had to travel on site, okay, and if need was that he has to be here and he had to delay his assignment of on site, he has done that. Okay, so that has been a great support. My father-in-law, like I said, not only that, but my father-in-law has been a great support in a sense, if I slept late in the night, so morning, obviously I wouldn't wake up early to make tiffin for my daughter. My father-in-law would take care of all of it. So I didn't have to worry that, okay, what will my daughter take for lunch when she has to go to school, or who will drop her to school. So everybody else at home would manage that and will say, okay, let her sleep, don't bother her. So that was great. My mother-in-law, I told you, she has been the greatest support in my career building. My elder brother, his support changed my career stream. Otherwise, I would have just done BSc or something and gone. But because of him, I became an engineer. Today, whatever I have achieved, I became an engineer and achieved that. And all my, leaders whom I met, like I mentioned, Pushpendra, KPM, Reshma, they were great leaders. They were great support, since my daughter grew up and she became, she's been a great support. My siblings have been great support. There was time when I was in hostel and there was anything that was needed, because if there's a bank transfer is happening, see all these small things, we don't think them as big support. Big support doesn't mean that somebody has to be so crucial as to have played such a big role in you, but they have contributed in some way or the other. They have been with you in some phase of your life where they supported, and that impacted you. That really made a difference in your life, and they've been there. But majority of it goes to my mother-in-law, when I hands down. It's like her, because of her, my career is where I am today. And she has been a friend. She has been, times when guide, like, okay, don't worry, this is fine. Jo hota achhe ke liye hota hai. It's fine. This is a phase of life. And standing there and saying, okay, you go, don't worry, I'm there at home. That itself is a big thing, to be there. Even if we have all support, maid, cook, everybody's there. But her just saying that you don't worry, I'm there at home. That itself gives you a lot of boost. And I've been very fortunate to have her in my life.
Right, really wonderful. So now, if I ask you about motivation and inspiration in life, so how you get it?
Okay, I'll tell you honestly, lot of inspirations. Like inspiration is like keep as you move, as you meet people, they keep inspiring you. So I am inspired by Kiran Bedi. I really get inspired by her. I'm inspired by our Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. I'm inspired by PM Modi. They're great leaders. You can learn so many things from them.
Right.
But on a day-to-day basis, there is so many people around me who inspire me. Everybody around me, I can say, my elder sister, she inspired me. I can say she can manage anything in a minimum budget. She's the best at it. I don't know how she cracks it, what she does it. I've never been able to figure out, but I get inspired by her financial management. Absolutely great financial. My younger sister, she's very good at connecting with people. She's a very good cook. She has her catering business. She does well. But, she does well because she's able to connect with people. She understands what, makes a difference to people in their taste. And she's able to grow her business. I don't know. I'm even close to her in connecting with people. So there is so much I learned from there. My mother taught me resilience. My elder bhabhi, she's so resilient. We were a nuclear family, but a joint family after my brother got married. Okay, and we were all college going kids. And when my bhabhi came in, but the way she was holding us together, we were like chiller party, following them everywhere. Okay, but they were newly married couple. But the way she held, at times if my brother lost a cool, she was still, there standing stable and all. So much of inspiration you get around yourself, right? Around you learn from people. But nowadays I'm inspired by this new generation, the current generation, the young folks. Amazing clarity in their thought process. I cannot tell you, I can't even imagine that, when I was their age, I even understood all these things. Okay. But today they have so much of clarity. They know so many things. They're well aware of things, and they know how their life is to be, or what they want from their life. Okay. In our case, okay, you got graduated, okay, took first job, okay, get married, done, finished. Have kids, and then you think, okay, ab naukri kar rahe, okay, let's think about your career also.
Correct.
But I was ambitious, so I thought about my career. My father was supportive. My brother said that, okay, you have to be independent, focus, do work and all. But not every girl had that opportunity.
Right.
But this generation, they have so much of clarity, so much of thought process, every aspect, be it politics, be it finance, be it, life planning, they are really good at it. So I get inspired. And okay, so, that is what is truly inspiring. I feel that, you don't need to have some great leaders to inspire you. You have your neighbors, you have your, relatives around who do something, achieve something. That could be great inspiration. People go and clear the exams when people, had fracture, couldn't walk, but the kids went and wrote that board exam, and they cleared it. One of my brother-in-law was admitted in hospital, had a heart attack and in emergency and his daughter and son, they appeared for 10th and 12th exam. Both of them scored above 95 in so much of stress. So those kids are such a great inspiration. Yeah, I mean, don't get stressed out, focus and do, everything else will be taken care of. But what your focus is, focus on. So for me, inspiration is all around me. I try to drive inspiration from where I need, at what point of time, and that helps me. That helps me keep going. And I'm I can say I'm a extrovert. I like to meet people. I enjoy and I interact with people. So it's very easy for me to get inspired by people who achieve something. Somebody has done great kitchen garden. I get inspired. I come and do some kitchen gardening on my terrace and I try to. So, small things which give you pleasure.
Really wonderful. So it's up to you what you see in life. People see both positivity and negativity. If you pick positivity, definitely everything can inspire you, everything can motivate you. Really important. Absolutely. So now, since you have spoken about success also in between, so I would like to know more on your views about it. What do you think about success?
Okay, very, very contextual. Okay, success for you could be failure for me, right? But having ventured into multiple businesses and tried them, tested them, not being able to take them to the level that we thought we could. The success, I feel that, success is about you try something, you didn't achieve the results as expected, you learn the lessons and move on to the next. That is success. Okay, if I'm able to do that, then that is success on that side. The moment you bounce back, like my daughter taught me, the moment you bounce back after having an unsuccessful effort or something, you have achieved success. That is another way of success. Success is you being able to enjoy today. That is important. That is success. So I learned this, very late, that enjoy today is success. Having international trip is not success. Okay, being with family, being able to have a meal together, and being able to having that meal happily, not with tension, stress, fighting with each other, is success. See, I achieved great success. I started from zero, bought 2 houses, bought so much of property, did this, that. After some time, for some wrong decision, I lost all of it. So was it a success or failure? It's on me what I look at it. It was a success for me, because from zero I could build it, which means I have that capability, right? I can do it again, right? I can do it again. I can do it a number of times if I believe in myself. But if I say, hey, I lost everything, what is this? I made wrong decisions. Why I made those decisions? Then nothing is going to happen. Then it's a failure. Then it's a sure shot failure, right? So yes, you fail. You can't say there is no failure. You fail. But from that, what you learn and then how you take it ahead is what takes you to the next success.
Correct. Really important. It's the way you see things really matters. So really important. So now, ma'am, if I ask you for your message or advice you would like to share with our viewers and listeners.
I think I've been sharing a lot.
Yeah, everything was inspirational, but still, one last, any one or two advices you would like to make?
So I would think, people get confused between motivation and intention, right? Motivation, I'm a self-motivated person. Not everybody can be self-motivated, but I'm a self-motivated person. But if I don't have an intention, I will not be able to achieve anything. Okay, so have that intention. I am motivated to do yoga, okay, but I don't have the intentions. I keep thinking about where is the mat, where will I do it, how will I do it, fan se zyada problem to nahi hoga, ye light theek hai kya, terrace pe, should I go on terrace and do it? Then the intention gets shaky. No matter how much motivation I will never be able to do yoga and achieve it. Correct. Another thing is also, your practice or habit. Okay, so build that practice and habit if you want to achieve something. Then, be grateful for whatever you have. Every small thing that we have, we have started taking it for granted. As important thing as sunlight, okay, a family, a loving family, a good home, water, drinking water, pure drinking water, okay. We have started taking everything for granted. Right. Be grateful for that. Be grateful for all small things. Okay, if you want, you write, okay, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. Keep reminding yourself that you're grateful for those things. Okay, and another important thing is, make your woman financially independent. Having a good career doesn't mean that she's financially independent. Please be financially. Women have to be financially independent for them to become, so they say financial knowledge of women. Nowadays, if you see, there are a lot of courses happening online, right, which are teaching you about financial planning and specifically, they say curated for women. Okay, so there should not be a need for a course which is specifically curated for women. We should be at a level where we should be able to take any general course for financial planning. Correct. But we need to have that. Today, yes, there is a need for it, but we should reach a level where we don't have such needs. So it's important that women build their financial independence. We are working, you need to have your financial planning, you need to be financially independent. That will give you strength, that will give you power to make your decisions.
Correct.
That is what is important.
When it comes to like planning budget for housing, that goes with females, the housewife or the homemaker or the females running business or whatever. So that is managed by them. When it comes to the investing part or buying decision for property or investing in anything, then the decision goes to the male member, which is usually happening. I believe that the decision should be unanimous and both should be involved in both the decision, not only the one, but both the decision. Planning for house, planning for outside investments also.
Well said. Really, absolutely rightly said, Jitendra. This is so important. And another important, very, very important thing that I think we miss out today is while we talk about women empowerment, women inclusivity, equity, all that is fine. And one thing is a woman has to support a woman. If that happens, like I got support from my mother-in-law, I get support from my daughter, I'm there for my daughter. daughter, women will grow. There is nothing
Definitely.
like, that thing is going to stop. That is, but the most important thing is we need to train our boys also. That's the objective, that he should be able to take care of it. So I keep telling him, now, gone are the days when people will tell, Beti ko kuch nahi sikhaya. Okay.
Right.
Now the daughter-in-law will come and tell me, what, you haven't taught your son anything. Okay. So jokes apart, but you need to equip them with all these
Correct.
life skills. It's no longer this that a girl needs to know this. It's
Correct.
important that our boys need to know this. Our boys
Correct.
should be equipped and should be able to take care of the home.
Right. And as far as it is really important that females should be financially independent. So it is equally important for like boys or men to be independent on household things as well.
Absolutely. Then the whole thing will go.
Correct.
It will move very fast. It's
Correct.
like in
So it,
swimming, you say the hands and feet both have to move, then you move
right.
fast, right? That's how it is. Both the
So
things have to move.
it can create better collaboration.
Absolutely, absolutely. At the
Right.
end of the day, collaboration is what will take you to the next level.
Definitely. So I must say it was really amazing having you here. You have shared so many things from your personal and professional journey. And I really enjoyed the discussion. I really enjoyed the things you have shared about your journey. And most importantly, how we can have a work-life balance in organization and home for working women. And that is not applicable to working women. That is applicable to all actually, men as well. So the only important thing is like how you collaborate with all the factors you have in hand. So the more you've been collaborative with everything, the more work-life balance you would be having. So it's really important on that part. And I must thank you, ma'am, for your time and energy sharing so many things. Really thank you for
It
all
was my
the
pleasure. It was my pleasure, Jitendra. Absolutely. It was really nice talking to you. My
sure.
pleasure.
So guys, don't forget to check that out too. Thank you so very much everyone for watching and listening. I hope you all must have gathered a lot of information and enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Have a good time. Thank you and bye bye all.
Thank you.